to keep your sleeping bag in a stuff sack or compression sack on top of the pack or inside the pack. Hi and welcome to 𝒃𝒙𝒃𝒖𝒕𒔗𝒊𝒃. If you do want to see hyperlight kit and lightweight kit, I've filmed that and it's on the channel. You just need to find it, it's in the playlist. So let's get up here. We'll have a very quick chat about stuff sacks, compression sacks, or loose filling. Too hot for that. There's other bits of kit as well that in this video I'm going to keep in the stuff sacks. Ordinarily off camera there's no way I'd be having 21 bits of kit with 21 stuff sacks. Generally I have 3 pieces of kit, and if I can help it, none of them will have a stuff sack. I can lay this out now and we can have a look at the differences, but first I do want to share this with you. A lot of Brits will tend to put their stow sacks in the pack they're going to travel, and I'm not keen on that. Now, I'm not saying don't do it. It's not up to me to tell you what to do, and vice versa. A sleeping pad. Do I have lighter? Yes, I have lighter, more compact, but I can afford to have the heavier kit if I want, provided I don't have too many individual items in that pack. I have a tent, might review it, might not. The sleeping bag, this is something I've never ever understood. Put in your sleeping bag in a compression, then put in the compression with the sleeping bag inside the pack. So what I'm going to do now is just put the minimal pieces I want in. I'm not going to need the tent and the pad to last, so that can go in. A sleeping bag like this is synthetic. It's a double bag system, and yet I put it in the tent, and it's in a compression like this. I certainly wouldn't have it in the pack. I could stow it on top under the lid. So here it is. Turn it on its side, bring the lid over, and it is a lid and not a hood, so I can afford to do this, and bang, got it in. Now, will it save more space or less space like this? I'm not into carrying kit just for the hell of carrying it. I only carry the kit I am definitely going to use. I'm definitely going to use a tent, a sleeping bag and a pad, and a pot to cook in. My incidentals kit will be like toothbrush, toothpaste, little towel. Putting it in the pack won't waterproof it because the pack is not waterproof, and I'd have to have a pack liner, which is the point I really want to make about this video. Really do want to emphasize this. A lot of Brits will get their kit. I think only Brits do this. I've never seen anyone else do it. They get their bits of kit off the shelf or from under the bed, wherever they keep it. These things come in these kind of sacks when you buy them. Brits bring the stow sacks with them, and they put them in their pack like this. Now, Brits will be looking at this video thinking, well, what's wrong with that? How else would you do it? Now, I've learned a valuable lesson. These stow sacks, most of them, are not waterproof. I mean, that might be. And this other might be. May not be either. May not be. I did a camp, monsoon conditions, absolutely monsoon. I was soaked right through. And I had the same kind of thought once that these would be waterproof, and they weren't. All my kit was soaked, and a lot of people are going to say, well, get a cover for your pack. Those covers for your pack are dire at best. They're great to give you a bit of visibility if you're road walking, but what you really need is a waterproof liner like this for your pack. Another method, if you're not stowing your sleeping bag in a compression then putting it in the pack. You'll be stowing the sleeping bag in the compression and then putting it on the lid, so it travels somewhere around there like that on that part of the neck. If you can balance it there, you got a really great carry. A tent, a pad and a sleeping bag. I'm going to be warm for the night and dry for the night. A 3-piece system with heavy kit, yes, it's doable. This is a bit that's probably adding up to my 5.2 kilos. You're going to add in something like a nice warm jacket, socks, maybe change of underwear. Remember, base weight, we don't include the food and the water. Sun's coming out, stop raining. Ensuring you have a decent pack liner. Mine isn't decent, my decent one's at home. I do have one. It's a canoeing dry liner, but it's just in my hammock pack. This is my sleeping bag. It is, I think, 2.8 kilos all in, 2 bags. So I can separate them. I can have one for spring, summer, add in the other. It'll get me nearly to freeze point. I'm a cold sleeper. I have got a little liner for this, which seems to do the job, and a reflective bivvy. But what I'm going to do is put mine in my pack inside a liner. We're going to pretend that this liner is up to the job. Believe me, it's not in reality. So we're going to round up with some tips. Here's your first tip though. Your sleeping bag insulation, if you're putting it loose in your pack, cannot exceed 50% of your pack. Achieved. I've done that. Then I add in the things I'm not going to need till I'm setting up my camp, which will be a pad. Make sure that goes into this waterproof liner too. Pad. I tend to travel the tent under a hood if I have a hooded pack, but a lidded pack will work just fine. Something warm to put on if I stop and have a brew, like a jumper. Generally socks down the bottom. This is a very, very, very basic base weight demonstration. This is not a demo of all the things I would take. I don't think it's a competition of how much you can take. I'm a minimalist. I can use my heavier components, such as a double bag system, a thick pad and a heavier tent, because I'm not bringing that much. So I can have a base weight of about 5.2. I won't take it above 9.2. Remember, the food and the water is not part of your base weight. A simple little hack for you is, if you are going down the road of trying to get your kit lighter without buying lighter kit, here's the test. You'll have a casualty evacuation strap on the back of your Bergen if it's a decent Bergen or pack. Little finger test. Finger underneath and hold it up for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So ensure when you do this little finger test, you're not going to include the water and the food, because water's a kilo a litre. Now, if you want to see a much, much, much lighter kit than this, then it's called Pack Like the Americans, I think, something like that. And that is an extremely lightweight kit, but I've had to go out and buy lightweight kit. And I've had to do a lot of saving up, despite the misconception that because I do weekly YouTube videos, I'm some sort of millionaire. The ad revenue on a channel like this is about 30 pence. It's not worth collecting. This is why my channel is run by the kindness of strangers who donate. And there is a super thanks button underneath every video I do, where if you want, you can donate. So why do people put their sleeping bags loose in packs? Because if you need to evade very quickly, you don't want to be putting your sleeping bag in the stuff sack, then putting the stuff sack in your pack. Because I no longer have the requirement to move quickly, I can afford to use that time to put my sleeping bag into a compression. Doesn't need to be compressed tight, but it's the placement. If I put it behind my neck here in a bag, it is a lot more comfortable than how I've got it now. How I've got it now, loose filled as you saw, is for people who want to travel quickly. They need to go, perhaps on a stealth camp, you'd be doing it like this. I'm going to call it here, so until next time, take care of yourself and I'll see you out there. Happy trails.